Hey guys, it's your boy Killer Kill 360 back with another video. And today we're starting a brand new what if. What if Casey Jones was in One Piece? So, few things before we get into the story. One, it's going to be very dark and contain very mature matter. Two, this is a story that is not following Luffy. This is, like I said, the story of Casey Jones in One Piece. And yeah, so sit back and enjoy the video. So we see a young boy stuck in a ditch, barely hanging on to life. Why is life like this? Was I born to be a piece of shit? My parents abandoned me. Why? Why am I subjugated to this? I want more. I want to do more things. I don't want to die like this. As he's barely getting out the ditch. As he finally do. I refuse to go down like this. As the young man gets up on his feet. As he grabs his trusty hockey stick. As he begins to walk. A few hours go by. He finally gets back to the slums. As he walks over to his shed and he opens it, as you see a group of men and one sitting in a chair. Ah, Casey Jones, my boy. Who are you? Oh, you don't know who I am. Interesting. Well, I am part of the Aquaza. And your parents owe me quite a lot of money. So you break into my home, demanding money from my parents' debt, huh? Precisely. And do you really think I haven't seen my living condition? I advise you to get out my house, says KC. Wow. It's a lot of bulls coming off of this little one, boss. Should I teach him a lesson? Sure, go ahead. As the man towers over Casey. You know you should have been obedient, little boy, but now I gotta beat you. I mean, you can try if you want. It ain't gonna be as easy as you think. As Casey gets in the stance, as he puts his trusty mask on his face, as the leader of the Aquaza. I hope I'm saying that right. Please don't kill me. You know, is intrigued. See what this little boy can do. So the guard goes in for a vicious punch towards Casey, as Casey blocks and avoids it. As he jumps on the shoulder of the guard. It's like, is that really the best you got? As he back hits him with his hockey stick right in the neck, sending him flying into the wall. It's like, if that's the best you got, I'll take all y'all on. As you hear a snap. Quite good, my boy. You're a great fighter. Since you don't have the money to pay the debt, what about some black market cage fights? You get the money from there, and you go on your business, says the leader. So, you want me to win a couple of petty fights? Essentially, I want my money, you know? Fine. I can't even believe I'm doing this for these trash parents that I have. I'm surprised they didn't sell me off. You know, that is an option. But I'm pretty sure no one would want a kid like you anyway. Yeah, I'd give them a living hell if they ever try to take me in. So they arrange a couple of, dark cage fights. The dark market, essentially. So we transition to there. As Casey is around the age of 15, as he's sitting down in the opposite of the ring. And keep in mind, no holds bar. You can use anything you want. It's a literally fight to the death, essentially. So Casey picks up his trusty hockey stick as a weapon. As the leader is like, you sure you want to use a hockey stick and not any other weapon? I ain't gonna fix what ain't broken. As he kind of shoves his shoulder, as Casey begins to walk in the middle of the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to have a fantastic fight between Casey Jones, the Skull Splitter, versus Jace, the Spine Crusher. Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is gonna be insane. As Casey walks in the middle of the stage, face to face with Jace. You ready to die, little man? I don't believe in death, and I damn sure don't fear it. Alright, the combatants are ready. Let the fight begin! As Casey Jones flips, does a backflip, and he gets into his stance with his hockey stick. As the man puts on grass knuckles and begins to rush Casey. As Casey aims for the ankles, as he hits him in the ankles, completely disrobopulating his whole flow. You little shit! As Casey lines him up for a vicious elbow smack to the face. As he hits him with his elbow, making Jace's nose bleed profusely. You pay for that. I would like to see you try. As Casey goes on an onslaught. As he throws his hockey stick with so much tremendous force that it ricochets off the ring and smacks him dead in his head. As Jace is deorientated. This is Casey's perfect opportunity. So Casey jumps up in the air, jumps on Jace, and gets him in a headlock as he begins to choke a couple of tricks up his sleeve. As he begins to ram his elbow into Casey's gut. As Casey's eyes is bulging because of the sheer force of him getting jabbed in his gut. As he begins to spit out blood. I won't let you choke me out! As the final blow sends Casey flying. As everyone in the crowd is going crazy, yeah! Fuck him up, Casey! Fuck him up! Says the announcement. Beat his ass! I have 100 million on you! You better win, Casey Jones! You was undefeated this whole time! Don't cop out now! As the crowd roars. As it looks like you have a big fan base. You better not let them down. As Jace grabs Casey by his legs and begins to drag and throw him around and spinning him in a high amount of speed. As he's moving so fast, the ground starts to unite. And this is infamous double iron bash attack that Jace came up with. Essentially, he throws his opponent so hard that they ricochet off the cage and go back flying to him, where he can hit them with a vicious clothesline. As Casey is in that type of predicament right now. as he's deordinated. He can't think, he's discombobulated, he's essentially about to be finished. As we cut to KC's mindscape. What the hell hit me? What the hell is going on? Why is it so dark? As KC happens to turn around, as he sees this red aura just forming. It is nothing that he never felt before. But for some reason it's a part of him. He just can't explain it. It feels alien but familiar.
Should be a king.
A voice says. Casey's like, what is this?
You have the will of the king, my son.
What? What is it talking about, my son? As Casey's eye flies open. As you see a red aura leaking from his eyes, it begins to form over his body. As everyone in the crowd begins to foam from their mouth. As even the announcer passes out. As Casey stands up on his feet. So, as Casey's in the air, but his perception increases by 10, as well as his agility, as he flips over Jace's arm, shocking him, as he makes a perfect landing. What is this sensation? I feel great. I never felt anything like this before. I feel invincible. As he's getting more in depth with his new ability. As he grabs onto his hockey stick that he had on his back. As he pulls the hockey stick out, a black and red aura begins to coat his hockey stick. What is this power? I see. You're a supreme one, aren't you? Wait, the thing in my mind said the same thing. What are you talking about? You, boy. You're a conqueror. I can see it in your eyes. And I can sense your hockey. So this is what you call it, hockey, huh? Fine. Let's see what it can really do. As Casey begins to speed blitz Jace. As Jace begins to defend himself, he's on the back foot. He can't withstand Casey's offensive pressure. As Casey begins to break his bones with sheer force and power, overwhelming Jace. But don't count Jace out the fight just yet. As Jace finds an opening to blitz him and grab him and bear hug him. As Jace jumps up in the air, flips Casey upside down and puts him in a pile driver. It looks like it's over for Casey. But suddenly, lightning begins to form around him. Hockey lightning that hits Jace, smacking him and letting Casey go throughout the process. As Casey uses the momentum to pin his hockey stick on Jace's neck. As they hit the ground, you hear a huge, when I mean a huge crunch, it was nothing but broken bone, neck, everything. Just absolutely eviscerated. As Casey wins the fight. As Jace is dead, laying on the ground. What did I just witness? Some people in the crowd were higher up powerful pirates. They haven't seen anything this spectacular in their lives. Especially a certain someone by the name Law. She's one of the new generation's worst pirates. and she's interested in Casey. As Casey heads back to his room to lick his wounds and grow from his battle. So Casey sits down as he takes off his mask, his hockey mask. I nearly got out of that one. How long am I gonna keep doing this? This just sucks. As Casey hears a knock at his door. Who is it? As Casey stands up with his hockey stick in a defensive position because he don't know if it's an enemy or anything like that. He's always keeps his guard up. As he says, come in. As the person comes in with a huge sword and a polka dot white hat. Oh, it's you. I saw you in the crowd earlier. Yes, me. The name's Law. Yours? Come on now, you just watched me fight. You know my name. So, it's really KC. I see. See what you did there, says Casey. It was a good pun, you know? Mm-hmm. But I know you didn't come here for talking about puns and stuff like that. What do you want? Straight to the point. Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be straightforward with you. I'm not indirect. I just like to get what I want. I need someone like you on my crew. I never thought about joining a pirate crew, to be honest. What is it in for me? Hmm. Well, money, fame, power, and I need you to help me with a certain someone. And who is it? He goes by the name Kaido. As Casey thinks about it, Kaido. Where have I heard that name before? Wait a minute. You going after the strongest creature in the world? Precisely. He's my end goal. But before we get to him, we have to take out his lackey, Doflamingo. I heard about him. He's one of the warlords, right? Precisely. As I am now, I could fight him, but I don't think I could beat him by myself. Wait, by yourself, don't you have a crew? As Law kind of scratches her head. Well, my crew precisely. It's not the strongest crew. Sure, they're great people, and I'm not going to fault them for not being strong. But I need a little more offensive pressure if you catch my drift. So, you want me to take out the big fry, huh? Precisely. But you won't be by yourself. As Law uses Shambles to stand right next to him. See, I have a very powerful Delver. Opie Opie no me. I see. That fruit alone goes for a lot of money in the black market. Yeah, and it sucks because the freaking government won't leave me alone. And Casey laughs. They won't leave you alone? I mean, I can see why they don't leave you alone. What you mean by that? Is Casey kind of like checking out Law? She's like, dude, stop checking me out. I mean, Casey's like, well, I can't help it. You're attractive. Well, I take the compliment. Appreciate it. Well, are you in? As Casey kind of just looks up and looks at Law. Man, I can't say no to a baddie like you. As Law kind of blushes, she's like, well, it's done then. So Casey begins to walk out with Law. As a freaking pile of shit blocks him from trying to leave. Hey, you haven't forgot about my deal, right? The only reason why you're still alive is you fight for me. Where the hell do you think you're going? As Law turns around, you have ties with them? Yeah, I've been having the ties with them for quite a while. You know, I never thought about it. Honestly, what's stopping me from killing y'all? Yeah, matter of fact, Law, just wait a few minutes. I want to kill these bastards. They've been ruling my life for too long. You talk as if you think you can kill us. I mean, they don't call me Casey the Skull Splitter for a reason. As KC, when I mean he coats his hockey stick in an amount of so much hockey that he throws the hockey stick so fast and so hard that when it hits their heads, it literally exploded them. Like, think of the most graphic scene you can ever think of. And their heads are gone, obliterated, as the blood rains on KC. As Law is kind of like, holy shit, this guy's intense. I just cut my ties. I was just waiting for the right opportunity. But ever since I got this new ability, oh man, this power is insane. This hockey, as Law is like, whoa, his hockey's on a whole nother level. But guys, I'm gonna end it off right there. I know this is just like the first part of my script, but I couldn't just leave y'all like hanging, I felt kind of bad, so I will, drop the second part of the my script. Let me know what you think about this. I had a lot of fucking fun. And yeah, I really hope y'all enjoy this and tell me if y'all want a part two. Other than that, it's been Kill 360. I'm out. Y'all have a good night. Peace.